This week, we've got some fresh announcements from Diamond Audio and a spare tire subwoofer, some new marine gear from JBL, ZZ2 and brand new ITZ updates, and DYNAMAT with 2 new applications for their application-specific kits. This is CMA Live, brought to you by SiriusXM and sponsored by 5-Axis Innovations. And it starts now. The quest to find bass in less space is a continuing saga in our industry. Well, the folks at Diamond Audio believe that they have a unique solution for those type of jobs where you simply have no space to work with in the trunk. Wouldn't it be great to get some bass in those type of situations? We go now to John Catalano from Diamond Audio to talk about a unique solution that involves the spare tire well. Now, John, this is not necessarily a new concept, but you believe that Diamond Audio has the perfect solution for this situation. Can you tell us more?
You're right, Ben, and thanks for having me. Yeah, customers just do not want to give up their space in their vehicles nowadays, and it's becoming more and more of an issue where we're just trying to find a spot, a space, real estate to get these vehicles to sound good, as well as save that precious cargo area. And the spare tire subwoofer is a perfect solution for that. A lot of vehicles these days don't even have a spare tire. There's a spare tire well, but it's not populated. So this is a perfect space saver because we can utilize that space that's basically being wasted right now. And I was just at a distributor show, and we've been doing very well with these. And the overwhelming response was, I never expected to get that much bass out of something like this. Like, the expectations were not really there. And then they put it in and they're blown away. So we're very proud of what we've come up with in this space.
I, for one, think using space that's otherwise unused is a smart solution, and it's also a clever way of showing customers that you have solutions for their needs. So let's get into it. What exactly makes the construction, or what feature set does this subwoofer enclosure have that really stands out to make it perform the way, as you say, that impresses people when they hear it?
Well, Ben, what we've done with ours is, again, you're talking about a very small space, so we had to have this specifically designed, the woofer is specifically designed to work in a very small enclosure, which the enclosure housing is cast aluminum. That way it's very, very rigid, very dense. We don't want to waste any output to vibrations or flexing or anything like that. So having this a very, very solid constructed piece allows that to utilize everything as efficiently as possible. The magnet is actually here, and I can switch this over in another shot, and then we can show you the fact that the woofer actually has 2 surrounds, one in the center and one on the outside. It is a very, very unique constructed piece, and allows it to work very, very well in a small area. Secondly, we have 4 versions of this, which allow flexibility. We have 2 non-powered versions, a shallow, an extra shallow one, and then this one, which is the larger of the 2, and then 2 powered versions of those, depending on what the expectations of the customer are. You could do the non-powered one in a separate amplifier, which allows you to go up to 300 watts RMS for the guy that wants even more. And then the powered one, for simplicity, it's got 150 watts RMS on board. Super simple, line in right from the OEM setup, and then you wire it into that. It has RCA, or line level in, power and ground, and you're good to go.
Well, right from the get-go, seeing that visual tells me that there's been a lot of engineering and design involved in creating this enclosure. And just to be clear, not all of these enclosures are created equal. We're talking about a very premium piece here from Diamond Audio, and I think John's going to explain a little bit more as to why that is.
So as I was explaining, there's a surround here, as you would see in a normal driver, right? There's actually a secondary surround right here around the pole piece. That allows this to stay very linear, even though it has high excursion. It's in a very small enclosure. The cone is actually aluminum, which again allows it to be very, very rigid, but able to create a lot of output in such a small area. And these vents are specifically designed to allow that to breathe and redirect that bass information out of the vehicle, out into the cabin of the vehicle. The other unique aspect of this is the fact that it's in the spare tire well increases its ability to create high output because it uses what's called cabin gain in the vehicle, and it enhances the sound of that. And having that deep in the well acts as almost like a reflector, so it makes that bass enhance into the vehicle.
So as you can see, John is clearly demonstrating the unique design features in this very specific compact enclosure. As you mentioned, 4 different variations, 2 shallows, powered and non-powered. And I would imagine to optimize that setup, you would probably recommend putting some form of, sound dampening material in that spare tire space to optimize the output. John, anything else you want to say? What is the availability of these products?
You are very correct on that point. Yes, you want to make sure that you have a good dead-end area in that spare tire well. Luckily, again, a lot of the newer vehicles, it already comes like that because they're trying to make them quiet. But in the case, it's a case-by-case basis. So you're going to go ahead and investigate that before you do the installation. And then if you need to purchase some damping material ahead of time, I would highly suggest that. You'll get even more performance out of the system. These are currently available, all 4 models. Like I said, we've been doing very well with them. It really begs to, if you're a dealer, put one in and audition it. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. It's a very easy install. It comes with the hardware to make the installation easy. Like I said, there's a powered version, so basically you're just running power and ground and signal to it. The non-powered one, you can add one of our micro amps or something of that sort. 300 watts RMS is very conservative, and you'll get very impressive output of one of those. It's basically a mini 12-inch subwoofer. We called it 11-inch because it's 11.75. So we didn't lie and say it's 12, but it's really it's a large driver. It does perform.
Hi, Jody from 5-Access here. Just want to bring everybody up to speed with what we do and how we do it. We're a display company. We do a lot of custom graphics. Obviously, we do custom audio boards. We do RGB lighting. We do graphical work up top. We also do all the different custom amp mounts. So for all your store needs, we do front counters, we do home audio sections, we do lighting, everything that you're looking for, give us a call. Again, it's 5-Access, 414-326-7162.
Well, summer is upon us and everything in marine audio is in full swing. Big news coming from the JBL camp when it comes to marine audio gear. Joining us now is Bruce Perron from ERIKSON Consumer, the Canadian distributor for all things JBL. Now, Bruce, some exciting announcements here today on CMA Live when it comes to marine audio gear. Let's first start with a couple new source units coming at you from JBL.
Yep, Ben, we've got some exciting new source head units. One of them just landed, the Jam 3000. Jam 5000, that has a lot more features, going to be landing in September, which is perfect time for those boat projects, as well as a current lineup of both gauge style and colored screens or non-colored screens in the rectangular format.
Bruce, let's dive a little bit deeper into that new flagship 5000 model. This thing is absolutely loaded with different features that I think consumers are going to be super excited about. So why don't you help me understand all these features built into the new Jam 5000N?
So the Jam 5000 that's coming in September has a huge amount of new features for JBL. One of the things that we've been kind of missing within the lineup is the customer that wants to do multiple zones within their boat. That generally happens within a cruiser or a cuddy that you want to be able to have different sound in different areas or control it differently. So the new Jam 5000 is able to do 3 different zones. It's NEMA 2000, which means it uses the protocol that it's able to connect to most GPS systems that are out there. IP66 rating, which is a marine rating for like waterproof. Built-in power of 15x4, but you also have front, rear, and subwoofer out for the different zones. Remote control, rear camera input, which you're wondering, why would you want a rear camera? 2 years ago, I bought a cruiser, and trying to back something that's 13 feet wide and maybe 30 feet long into a slip that's about this big. Yeah, rear camera is a pretty important thing to be able to have in a marine head unit. So those are just some of the features, as well as a color screen, which makes it a lot easier to check out what you're watching.
All right, moving along from source units, also some brand new amplifiers for the marine category. This time, multiple models, multi-channel, tons of power. Bruce, what can you tell us?
So the 2 amps that I'm most excited with, and I would say perfect timing, getting more involved in marine audio than I have been in the last couple of years, and being underneath quite a few boat dashes, checking things out, that there's 2 areas that we were maybe a little shy. A powerful 4-channel amp, so now we have a 150 watt by 4 channel marine amp, and a big multi-channel. So we're talking 75 watts times 8. Quite often when you get into upgrading someone's boat and they've got a head unit and they've got 4 speakers, and you look and it's got a tiny little 4-channel amp that's also running a sub, and you've only got this much space, well, a big 8-channel amp fit that space perfectly, and you just configure it for the amount of speakers that you have. Perfect addition to anyone's marine audio upgrade.
So I think it's pretty obvious that JBL is putting a lot of energy forward into the marine audio space. I mean, also, of course, this is a full line offering, guys. We're talking different levels of speakers with lighting, of course, but a very unique 3-way kind of component convertible system that we've covered on other segments. But what message do you have, Bruce, for dealers tuning in that, you know what, really should take a closer look at JBL when it comes to marine audio?
So if you're thinking marine, why JBL or Infinity? Well, we invented the tower speaker. We know about horns. We have an extensive range of amplifiers, extensive range of different types of speakers, and new head units coming out. Great place to go and shop and get all of your stuff under one highly engineered, amazingly produced brand.
And there you have it, guys. Bruce, one more time, a quick review of when some of these new products will be available and where do dealers in Canada need to go to get more information.
So the new amps are arriving any day. So by the time that you've seen this video, I'll probably have them in stock. New head units, the Jam 3000 is going to be in any minute. The Jam 5000, the high-end model, is going to be in September. All the speakers are in stock. So for more information, contact us at Eriksson Consumer or one of the reps that you know that is the Eriksson Consumer agent within your area.
Hi, Paul Truman here with SiriusXM. We reached out to some of our partners in the industry, and here's what they had to say.
I can't say more or enough about just what it means to have our unit working with SiriusXM. It's like we're there now.
The SiriusXM service is something consumers want, right? So it's Paul.
That allows a consumer to listen to either podcasts, entertainment, sports, all at their fingertips. It's all about engagement, and that's what SiriusXM provides.
SiriusXM is a huge component in a vehicle nowadays. Consumers expect that technology to be available both in our OEM system as well as the aftermarket upgrades that they're applying to their vehicle.
Alpine and SiriusXM, through our electronics, are able to offer the consumer on the aftermarket side SiriusXM 360L, which is an expanded platform for SiriusXM. And it's really been a beneficial relationship for us with SiriusXM.
As a dealer, just remember, we don't compete with anybody else. We are absolutely one of the best profitability accessories you can add to any head unit that is SiriusXM ready.
Turn now to the OEM integration category, more specifically your favorite Apple CarPlay Android Auto integration specialist. Of course, I'm talking about ZZ2, who came on recently announcing some updates when it comes to their Z-Wag product. Today, we've got even more updates, and joining us now is their sales manager, Steve Cope. Steve, how you doing? First question I have for you. We're going to kind of delve into the bread and butter here today, and we're talking about the latest ITZ upgrades, updates, latest generation of these very popular integration units. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the ITZ line?
The ITZ is an upgrade from our IT2 to this ITZ, which is great for the consumer and their use of our modules.
All right, so we're talking upgrades, and here on CMA Live, we love the latest upgrades and news because we're moving the needle forward. Obviously, this is a huge category for you guys. It's kind of like where you all started and probably one of your most popular lines. So let's get into it a little bit. What can users expect as far as upgrades are concerned when it comes to these new iteration in the ITZ series?
So the ITZ upgrades are going to be the new hardware, going to be the most up-to-date technology. It's going to be a much faster response when using it. And it's also going to eliminate some of the external parts we used to have in our IT2 kits, such as the external microphones, or a couple kits had an external button to get you in and out of CarPlay. And also with this upgrade, now all of our kits across the board are going to have the ability to utilize the customer's factory Bluetooth for their audio.
Steve, that's great to hear some of these critical updates. At the end of the day, it's all about the user experience. And I want to definitely zone in on those last 2 points. Not having to have extra hardware certainly streamlines the process for the customer. And also the fact that you are now using that factory Bluetooth, I think is going to be a much better overall experience and sound quality as well. So that's congratulations on that for those updates for the ITZ. So specifically, let's get into it a little bit even further. Can you name some of these kits that are being replaced of late to keep the dealers and consumers listening updated?
Absolutely, Ben. And the first kit I'll speak about is our prior IT2 INFQ. It will now transition to an ITZ NIF. Same great product and quality you expect from us at ZZ2. It just now has those updated qualities of being an ITZ kit. Second kit is our IT2 JGC, basically the older kit for the Dodge, Rams, Chryslers, Jeeps. That did have that external button. No longer will it have that external button. It's just going to transition, simple part name change from IT2 to ITZ, still JGC. And then the last one was our Land Rover Range Rover kit. The old ITZ LR12C is now being combined with the IT2 LR12, and it's now going to be the ITZ LRB. Again, same great features you expect from us here at ZZ2, just has the abilities of the upgrades of the ITZ kits.
All right, there you have it, guys. A couple quick updates in the new ITZ line, which is all-encompassing. No more buttons, no more external microphones, use of factory Bluetooth, and there's a couple models that you need to know about right there that are being updated to that ITZ platform. Now, before I let you go, Steve, 2 more items. One being in the Z-Wags. I know that's kind of a hot topic. We were talking about it last time you were here on live, but I understand there's yet another update for electric vehicles. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, thanks, Ben. The EV market is going to be the next demand out there, and we have broken into that with our Z-Wags product, and happy to announce that we are now compatible with the F-150 Ford Lightnings to put Z-Wags on them. And there's a lot of municipalities that are being subsidized to purchase these vehicles as their government or city vehicles.
That's amazing news, Steve. And yes, absolutely, the EV market is, on the cusp of blowing up. And seeing that the Z-Wag product can fit in there, so you guys that are expediters out there, take what Steve just said and use it to your advantage. Connect with your municipality and let them know you've got an awesome solution with emergency lighting that's super simple to install when it comes to Z-Wags. All right, that's it for these updates, Steve. Any last message that you may have or updates for our listeners?
I do have one announcement to make, and it's kind of my bad. I should have clarified. I made the announcement last time on CMA that those nice, really cool new radio head units, the single DIN units we're coming out with, were available and in stock. I was incorrect. I apologize for that. The feedback we've gotten from the show has been phenomenal. The demand for it's been out the roof. So I do want to update you guys, let you know that we will have that in-house here in our South Florida warehouse by mid-July, if not sooner. And I do apologize for jumping the gun and letting you guys know that we had it in stock. However, any more information you'd like about any of our products, please visit us at zz-2.com or give us a call here at the office at 929-220-1212.
CE Outlook is dedicated to keeping the car audio and electronics industry informed on the latest issues, trends, and product releases. New feature stories posted daily. Visit ceoutlook.com for the latest industry news. So if there's there's an OG company in our industry that has been really hard at work invigorating themselves with new product and new innovations, it's got to be DYNAMAT. Joining us now is Eddie Shelton from DYNAMAT. Now, Eddie, DYNAMAT is one of those household names in car audio, especially. But recently, we've been having conversations about how DYNAMAT has revisited the application-specific kits that you're coming up with, especially for more recent models. What can you tell us?
Yeah, well, as you know, Ben, we've been doing these CNC custom cut kits for a long time. If you have a classic car, we have a kit for it almost in anything that anyone is interested in building. Now, most recently, our customers have been looking for more late model custom cut kits. So we've been adding to that portfolio of our custom cut kits with more late model cars that people are interested in making modifications to. Our most recent kits that we've released was the new Bronco 4-door and the Tesla Model 3. And those have been extremely effective and very, very popular. And as always, the easiest to install.
Eddie, we've had the time to really dive into that in the past few CMA Live episodes. And absolutely, these are literally trimmed, cut to perfection. You guys scan the whole thing. You cannot get easier. Everything fits perfectly. But from what I understand, there's been some feedback with these new kits, and DYNAMAT is looking at even improving the performance of these kits even further with more options.
That's absolutely correct, Ben. So as you know, our custom cut kits were comprised solely of our DYNAMAT Extreme, our Butyl product. And what we've realized is with the release of some of these other products and the other products that we've had in our portfolio for a while, is we can cut those too. And now we can get to very specific, application-specific solutions for whatever you need in the area of your car, whether it's for heat or for additional sound reduction. Now we're adding these options to our newest custom cut kits.
All right. So speaking of newer applications, I think you got us on the hook here. Can you tell us of some new and upcoming kits that might be coming soon from DYNAMAT when it comes to these application-specific kits?
Yes, exactly. So the first ones that we have coming out, again, by very popular demand, we've just completed and will soon be releasing the Tesla Model Y. Now, this kit, of course, incorporates our DYNAMAT Extreme that everyone knows and loves, pre-cut to fit within the doors and the trunk. And this kit also includes our recently released DynaCore that goes into the doors behind the speaker. And we found that this product is extremely effective at absorbing that speaker back wave and improving the sound quality of your speakers.
So there you go, guys. Rejoice if you have a lot of Tesla customers. Not only do they have the original Tesla model, and then now adding Y soon to be coming to you with some improved options from DYNAMAT. And I understand there's another popular platform, Eddie, that you're ready to announce for another application-specific kit coming down the pipe.
That's absolutely right, Ben. We have been asked by many customers to produce a kit for the sprinters. As you are probably aware, RVing, overlanding exploded during COVID. And now it certainly has pulled back a bit, but it still has increased in popularity quite a bit. So our customers came to us asking for custom cut kits for their sprinter overlanding builds, and those are coming out soon too. Again, these are going to combine several of our products. All the sheet metal is going to be custom cut and covered with the Extreme. And then where you need additional ambient noise reduction, we have that for the walls and for the ceiling. We have our DynaLiner, which is a great insulator for those sensitive areas where you have the sleeping areas, or where the bed is and the extensions of the flares might get really hot if parked out in the sun. And all these will be options for our new Sprinter kits, both for the 144 wheelbase and for the 170.
All right, guys, so you heard it here first. Some more advanced options when it comes to application-specific pre-cut kits from DYNAMAT coming to you soon for both the Tesla Model Y as well as the Sprinter in both the 144 and the 170 wheelbase. Eddie, again, what is the timeline on this, and where do dealers need to go to get more info?
So I expect that these will be out within the next 4 to 5 weeks, possibly even earlier. We're definitely going to be launching it on our website and sending out email blasts. So stay tuned to dynamat.com and look for the announcement on those new kits.
And that's a wrap on this edition of CMA Live, presented by SiriusXM and sponsored by 5 Axis Innovations. Make sure to check out all our videos at cmanetworks.com. I'm your host, Ben Wu. We'll see you next Saturday.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.